know that I don't want to be remembered as a DJ. Yeah. That's just not. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, that was DJ. Yeah. Like I DJ'd a really big club out here called Club Rio, and everybody still talking about it. But I don't want to be remembered from that club. Yeah. Like that's just not how I want my legacy. Yeah. So I'm making sure that I'm doing things on my accord how I want to do them. Yeah. But with purpose and with my purpose. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Hey fam, it is your girl, Miss Michelle Allen Franklin. Yes, Miss Michelle DIY for divine intervention, honey, because you know that there are no coincidences in this world. Only God's divine intervention in our lives. And Miss Community Builder, why? Because you know your girl is going to give you the good information and bring you the people that you need to know in the community. And who do you need to know in 2024? DJ Juice, baby. DJ Juice.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, it's with your girl today. I'm like, I got my whole thing going. See how that was? That's the intro, boo. That's the intro. How you doing, DJ Juice?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We are down here. DJ Juice invited us down here to the Chakras Media Vault, baby. We are in the building to talk to this beautiful specimen today. This beautiful spirit. Sir.
What's going on?
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, it's all good.
And so I wanted to, talk to you because you are doing so much work in the community. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to spotlight people that, really deserve to get the spotlight, but might not feel like they want to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I feel like you're such a humble spirit that I don't know if you ever would have even just like, let me get out there and let some people know what I'm doing out here in these streets.
I mean, I guess it's weird because, like, for me, I just do. So I don't really, like, I'm not a person who I feel like everything I do, I need to put on social media. Every time I go visit a kid, every time I go do this, that, or third, I need to be, like, exposing it. But then I understand also the time that we live in.
Yes.
If you don't show it, it's almost like you haven't done it.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I still don't believe in that because I think that's a lot of conversations and shedding of light that really touches people more than what we think.
Yes.
Just in the recent, few months, just me having conversations with people who they say, oh, I've been watching this, so they could tell me things that I was doing from back then. They say, oh, you were wrong because of this, and I seen you did this, and oh, even the way you responded to me is different from this, and people you don't think are really paying attention to you. You just kind of, living. So I don't really do things because I'm like, hey, it's me.
Right.
I really just do it because I like doing it.
Yeah.
I'm a big kid at heart, so when it comes to the kids, that's easy.
Surely.
Surely. I'm a creator, so when I want to create, I can get people together.
Yeah.
So I just kind of do what I feel like I'm led to do.
So that's the beautiful part, and that's exactly why I wanted you to come on the podcast today. Reflections Choosing Me Guilt-Free is all about shining a light on you and who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And owning and being proud of that and sitting in every facet of it. And so I just think it's a beautiful thing that, your humble spirit, leads and guides you. But at the same time, it's just like you said, we don't know who's watching you. You don't know who you're going to inspire, right? And so the beautiful part is you're working with kids, you're DJ Juice, you're on the radio, Shout out to the Blaze, right? Shout out to the Blaze. You're on the radio, but it's so much more to you. And so that's the part that I want to tap into today. So who are you, DJ Juice? Who are you?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of crazy because I do, rep Atlanta because I feel like that was the longest period of time in my childhood that I was in one spot.
Sure.
But I'm a military kid.
Yes.
My parents, they're both in the Navy. I'm a shit baby or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
That's
quite
good,
naturally,
shit,
I'm used to going like to moving every year. I'm used to, I mean, Jacksonville, Florida, where I was born, to going to Philly, to Arkansas, to San Diego, Texas. I mean, just traveling.
Yes.
And actually living in these places, you just grow up and you're used to just meeting people, meeting different people, so you can kind of jump into a crowd and not really be scared, because I'm used to jumping in
That's
crowds
what
all
you've
my
been
life.
doing.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, it
But
comes
it's double-edged
naturally.
sword though, because sometimes I'm like I come here and everybody has grown up with each other. And went
Yes.
to middle school, well, elementary, middle school, high school, played
Yes.
on the same little league team all the way up to high school. Even some people going to college together.
Right.
I never had those people where,
The roots.
like, yeah, I can't tell you one person's name from third grade.
Right.
I can't. I
Right.
can't tell you somebody from second. I can tell you somebody from first.
Sure.
It's crazy. That's just kind of, my life. So when I think about it, yeah, when I moved here, it was easy for me to be out there just because of how I grew up. I grew up as a spirit that was just kind of going. Like, all right, it's time to move.
Yeah.
And let's do this. So then when I was in Atlanta, it was just the city of Atlanta itself with the pride, knowing that the school's named after black people.
Yes.
Just the pride of the city, the entrepreneurship, just
Yes.
the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with that. I took African American studies in high school, and that really put me in a whole nother mind frame of like who we are, knowing about the Black Wall Streets and knowing about all of that. So I just became kind of one of those people who were always want to be on the go, but then always want to uplift at the same time.
Yes. I love that. Always on the go, but want to uplift at the same time. That's a beautiful, a mantra to have, So you're in Atlanta. You got some roots in Atlanta. But what brought you here to East Texas? What brought you to Tyler?
Well, my mother, so parents put up, things that happened in the 90s.
Surely.
But my mother's from here and she has lupus. So
Okay.
I chose when I was in high school to stay. I didn't want to come back to Texas. I wanted to, it's like, Texas or Atlanta. I was like, man, I'm liking this culture.
City of the country. But choose a
Well,
city.
it wasn't even that. It was just the culture of the people.
Sure.
It was just
Atlanta's
a lot
a beautiful place. Yeah. Shout out to Atlanta.
And it's
Shout out to
negativeness
Atlanta.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But growing up as a kid and having different options, being able to go to skate parties and
Surely.
teen clubs and like we did
That's
it all.
not going here. That's not going on here.
It wasn't
Yeah.
happening like that.
Surely.
So all of my fun, the excitement, the experiences I got. So I didn't get turned out in college because I was kind of introduced to it already. You know what I'm saying? So
You was going to turn up in high school.
yeah, so like I remember
College
going
is
to the
like,
Atrium and going to MBK, going to all these different places. These were
Surely.
teen spots.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
go to the aquarium, like you would, 500, 600 kids lined up
Wow.
before 8 o'clock to try to get in this club before
I love
9
it.
because we ain't had no money. You know what I'm saying? We only
Free
had
before
$5.
9, that was the
Yeah, it's
thing,
like
yes.
it's $5 before this time. We like, man, you ain't got number 5. Oh, it's free before this time, man. We all there super
Right.
early.
Right.
I mean, so
love it.
I was used to it. So
Yeah.
it wasn't, I didn't get turned out by it. So I was able to kind of keep ahead. And even when I lost my head, I was still able to keep it.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I think everybody, every teenager, I think, goes to a little phase, where you kind of feeling yourself. You get a little
Most
bump your
definitely.
head a little bit.
Most definitely. Somebody tell you cute, and then you just,
That's
you
it.
just lose it. Like I had those phases where it was like, but those are the things I had to learn. But all that stuff makes you too.
Surely.
Like I don't take back anything.
Surely.
Everything made me who I am. So
Yeah.
I definitely don't take it.
I have, my mantra for life, mine is Romans 8:28. That's the good, the bad, and the crazy. Like, it's all working together, right?
Yeah.
And so, I love that. That's a beautiful thing. And so, okay, so you're in Atlanta, you decide to come here to East Texas. So how did you become DJ Juice? Like, how did you get on the radio?
Well, so I started DJing when I was in Alabama at Talladega College.
Okay.
So then when I came here, I met Luscious Ice. I always try to find out, first thing you do is cut on the radio to see what's going on in the city. So I hear this man, he's talking about clubs and stuff, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to pull up on him. I go to the club, I kind of see what it is. I got my friends, I'm going to UT Tyler at the time. I got my friends, we all going out. So there was like Outlaws and Boots and Saddles. Well, all of my friends went to Boots and Saddles because it was new, it was crossover crowd. So I would go there and then I would give him CDs. Every week, I'd be like, hey man, here's a CD with some new music on it.
Yeah.
Here's a CD, hey, here's a CD. And then he would play the songs. Me and my people from Atlanta, we all be in there dancing, doing a little walking out, all that stuff. And then Pimp C was performing.
Oh man, now you're telling your age now. Woo.
Well, it's crazy because Pimp C wasn't supposed to be performing though.
Wow.
He was supposed to do a walkthrough.
Okay.
But when he got to Longview, he seen a flyer that said live in concert, so he was upset. So he charged him another set of money because he was like, it's a difference in what's going on.
Sure.
So that night at the club, he pulls up, but he don't get out the car. So the DJ, the Luscious Ice, the DJ, is up there. He's doing this thing. They come, hey man, Pimp C outside. Man, we know you know him. He go outside and talk to him. He's like,
and like, help us out, man, help us out.
So Ice like, man, all right. So he just leaves. So when he leaves, the music playing, he put on the song and he dipped. So the song lasts, 3 minutes?
Surely.
4 minutes?
Surely.
So he's outside talking or whatnot, and the song just goes off.
Oh my
and
goodness.
then you start hearing people, man, where Pimp C at? Man, where Pimp C at?
Yeah.
You start hearing the kind of the
Surely,
rumble
the
and
roar
people.
coming.
Yeah, so
Oh
it's
my
coming.
goodness.
So I go grab a Bun B CD and I'm like, oh snap. And I put it in and this I hold you down. I'm playing it a little bit louder. Then I kind of get to a little comfortable. Then I grab another CD. It's wavy, and I turn it up some more. Then we boom. Then I get another CD. Now, boom. Then I turn it. Hey, y'all ready to see Pimp C make some noise? And the club lit.
Of course.
And he come back. He's like,
Wait a
DJ?
minute. What? Wait a minute.
I said, yeah. He said, why didn't you tell me? I said, man, I wasn't trying to like overstep. I just moved out here. I'm just trying to, He's like, man, don't you? He said, you want to open up for me Thursday?
Come on, Jesus.
I was like, man, I only got one turntable. He was like, don't worry about that. I got another one. I was like, all right, cool. He said, what else you need? I was like, that's it. He said, you got the CDs? I'm like, got all that. So I had my mixer, one of his turntables, one of my turntables, and I would go open up for him. Then I got, and then that kind of turned into one day he was like, hey, you ever thought about radio? And I'm like, nah. He's like, you ever try it? I was like, yeah. So I went in and I was working Quiet Storm. But that's when I found out that I was doing things wrong.
Okay.
So we go to a meeting and they like, everybody sitting around. They were like, yeah, so Juice, how's Quiet Storm going? I said, man, it's lovely. Like the girls calling, man, they saying they ain't heard no music like this in a long time. And I guess it's really working. They was like, they heard the music, like, what you playing? I was like, man, y'all had some fast music, so I bought some of my CDs, and I'm playing, like, more R. Kelly and things I feel like, He's like, okay. He said, so you talking on the radio, too? I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm telling people to call in, y'all told me y'all want me to solicit requests. He's like, well, number one, don't ever touch the music. He said,
it's set.
He said, don't ever, he said, number two, you're not even supposed to be talking. I was like, what?
Wait a minute.
Like, when people call, you take the request, edit it, play the request, and then a song.
Wait a minute.
But if they request a song, they ain't being played.
Oh my goodness.
Take off this. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Like, what is this? So I went to work another 3 days. And I was like,
goodness.
Yeah, this ain't going to work for me. Because it was 10 to 12. And as I'm starting to get more popular, 10 to 12 is times a lot of parties going on. So you're talking about Monday through Friday. Or Sunday through Thursday. Working 10 to 12. I can't make no money. And you don't want me to talk? Oh, no. Like, this is crazy.
This personality. You want me to keep this in?
But because the thing is, I didn't at that time. I didn't understand.
Sure.
I didn't even understand radio.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything.
They just put you in the slot.
Yeah, go on over there. You gonna do it.
That was a lot of trust for real. I guess they said, well, he can't mess it up,
Yeah. So then eventually I was able to come back and take a weekend shift and then work my way up to nights and whatnot. But that's radio was something I remember telling my father, like, hey, Pops, I want to be on radio. He's like, what? Shut up and focus on basketball. Like, whatever.
Wait a minute, how old were you when you were telling them?
I mean, we was in Georgia. It had to be like, maybe, was I in 8th grade? Because I think we had left Arkansas, so it was in Georgia.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right around that time. I remember, matter of fact, it was in 9th grade, because 9th grade, I actually went to school here. Mm-hmm. For like 6 months, I played basketball, and then after the season, I transferred.
You was like, nah, I got to go back.
Yeah.
I understand. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just was what it was.
Atlanta, I mean,
nah, but on the pool though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
If I played football, yes.
Right.
But basketball, I just knew it just wasn't. It just wasn't that.
I'm from the city. I'm from Baltimore, so I understand. It's like no diss to Tyler. Like y'all don't take it like that. It's no diss to Tyler. But if you're from a bigger city, and it's a lot more that you can offer, or that's being offered to you in a bigger school.
For me, I just looked at basketball.
Yeah.
I didn't care about nothing else.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, playing basketball here at one of these schools is going to be a good situation versus playing basketball.
As far as getting college, I'm talking about college, and that's what I mean by the bigger schools. You get more recruiters are going to look at you and all that.
Definitely. And it was, like I said, really the black influence was.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
That was
that's
more
huge.
so because I could feel it.
Right.
I could feel that I had people around me who were like really out here trying to get it. My best friend, engineer, who was on swim team.
Sure.
Like, I can't swim. But my best friend,
right.
I mean, damn near Olympic swimmer. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But it's one of those things that those are people I like to be around. I like to be around people who
it's going to inspire you.
Yeah, they're going to inspire me to step outside and not be scared to do something that's quote unquote outside of the norm or whatnot.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
So when it came to it, that's why I left. I don't want people to be like, I left Tyler because whatever. Because I truly, I like it here. That's why I'm here now.
Of course, of course.
There's a lot of growth and potential I see here.
Yeah.
A lot. And it's happening very, very fast. And I think that, I know people are stuck on this whole presidential thing, but if they're not paying attention to what's happening locally, they're going to be lost anyway.
Yeah.
Because this local stuff is like, you can see it. You see the buildings. You see where they're building, where they're investing at. You see the properties that are real cheap, how fast they go.
Yeah.
You see all of that stuff. So just being here now at this point in time, whereas Georgia, I think at a certain point, it was moving real fast. Now the music industry is still doing what it do.
Yeah.
But I think now Texas has
the taxes,
the state, the whole state tax thing, like everything is just different.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like California, they all moved to Austin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people from Georgia moved to Houston or moving to Dallas.
Right.
So you start seeing the transition.
Well, probably about 10 or 15 years ago, I remember seeing, they always have the top states or top cities, the top cities to move to and all of that. And Dallas and Austin have always been on the list.
Yeah.
And so I think, people see the list and they're like,
Tyler's on the list.
And now Tyler is definitely on the list. And so it's like, okay, Tyler, we moving on up. Look, we moving on up, ain't that? Yeah. So, at this point, you have, you decided to move back. You have started DJing and you're on the radio. And now tell me about the community service, because you do so much community service. You're working with children, you're going to the schools, you're reading. Tell us a little bit about how did that start?
Just kind of seeing, and it all kind of reverts back to Georgia, seeing things that I was able to do growing up. Mm-hmm. And how different it is here. For instance, DJ the Walk It Outs and the T.I.s. All these people go to these schools and they perform, they do pep rallies, they do all of these things. And I see how motivating that was to us.
Yes.
So we should have that same type of energy for the kids. So
Yes.
I came up with Juice for Kids, which stands for Join Us in Creating Excellence for Kids.
Tell us, say it again. I just love it. I just love
Join Us
it.
in Creating Excellence for Kids.
Join us in creating excellence for
Yeah.
kids. People thought that juice was just something to say, huh?
And then it wasn't in it. You know how you like, I need something, I need an acronym. I need an acronym. Like, why? And then when I just thought about it, I was like, okay, it ain't about me.
Yes.
Because that whole thing about the village, that's so true.
Yeah.
But I think now our village is just so contaminated with it's so polluted with all kind of stuff. It's
Surely.
trying to now get back to a point where we can be trusting and loving of each other.
Yes.
And I think that's probably one of the hardest things right now.
It really is.
Because accountability, not only from kids, from the parents, everybody got to take it in,
Yes.
all the way around the board, and trying to make sure that there's a place for people to be comfortable to take their kids and have an outlet.
Yes.
I'm not a kid's father. I don't have any kids.
Right.
But I do, if I don't know, this is what I see as my kids. Like
Yeah.
the involvement, the commitment. I realize like time management, or when you say I'm gonna be here Wednesday at 3:00,
Yeah.
and you ain't there Wednesday at 3:00, and you get there at 3:30. They
Sure.
really sad up until 3:30.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so before I'm late for you, I'm sure not gonna be late for this kid. I might be late for
Sure.
this kid before you. You know what I'm saying?
Surely.
Like,
Yeah.
it just.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
one of those things that I start looking at and I start noticing. So, sports, of course, that's always a gimme.
Yeah.
But then there's stuff like reading literacy, because hell, you can't play sports without being able to read and and being literate
Right.
is something that I think we struggle with, because sometimes we're just scared.
Yes.
We have a lot of anxiety. I have anxiety. We have a lot of anxiety built up. So being able to connect with a kid doing the reading programs and getting them to read out loud, or
Yes.
be comfortable with, it's okay to stumble over a word.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get it the next time.
Yes.
So when it came to the nonprofit, I was like, okay, I want reading, I want health.
Yes.
Those are things that I want to really focus on, because like I said, it's all kind of stuff that I got to do as a kid that I don't see here. So I just want to be able to have that light. So I do National Reading Day, do Grilling with Dads, where I involve fathers. They come in, we grill, we read books, just a whole bonding moment, just
Yes.
for fathers and kids. No girls involved.
Yes.
Just to see. I want kids to see strong men around them,
Yes.
strong positive men. And one thing I know is, no matter what I see these fathers doing on the weekend or at night or whatever, as long as they are like in that child's life and doing what they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
like I don't care about none of that.
Sure.
Because it's weird that I'll be in just at a club, for instance, and a dude will come up to me and we'll be talking about something that I did at the school.
Yeah.
In this place, because he's like, man, he gratefully thankful. Hey, man, I appreciate you. And I'm like, dang, appreciate it. I didn't even know you. Okay, that's your kid?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And so we're able to create those bonds. And another thing is like, black men sometimes, we are so, how women sometimes have a rest and be face?
Yes. Yes.
We have a face of, like we're always mad.
Yeah.
Unapproachable.
Unapproachable.
We'll go out somewhere and it's like everybody look mean.
Yeah.
Like, why is everybody mean?
Stand up against the wall, just looking at each other. Yeah.
We're supposed to be having a good time.
Surely.
That's what we're here for.
Surely.
We're gonna have some drink, listen to some music, have a good time. Why
Right.
is everybody?
Arms
Like,
twisted. Yeah.
Yeah, like what
Dance,
we
loosen
trying
up.
up for? So
Right.
just trying to erase that whole stigma.
Yes.
And show that we can be strong, be sensitive,
Yes.
be emotional, because people say we can't be emotional out loud to where we are showing our emotions.
Sure.
But having emotions is normal.
Yeah.
I always see people talking about, oh, you can't be emotional. Having emotions is normal.
Exactly.
It's how you display those emotions which makes it, the problem, the issue.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to understand that, you know, because I used to be like, oh, I'm emotional. I'm just all in my head. And I'm like, what is it? But that was the whole anxiety and all that stuff that I had been through.
Let's go back a little bit because when you and I first met, we talked about, you know, just your mental health journey and, you know, some things you might have been dealing with in the past. So can you tell us a little bit about that? You know, because like you said, this is new for you. You hadn't always been in this place. Let's rewind back a little bit and tell us about maybe a low valley moment that you might have had and how you handled it.
I mean, I guess I get something old and maybe something new.
Okay.
Let me see. Something old. Let me see.
Say which one?
Oh, yeah. Well, something old would just be having people around because it felt good to have people around.
Yeah.
And realizing that I have people around, it's not really serving a purpose.
Yes.
I'm not growing, and sometimes they're around you and they're covering up everything. You can't even see where your finish line is, so you don't even know where you're going.
Sure.
So that whole detachment was a real thing for me because for a long time growing up, I'm 2 years of people.
Yeah.
So then when I have something around me that I think is good, it's really not. But it's just maybe I'm at that time where I'm like, dang, you know, I'm feeling a certain type of way that I need somebody around.
Sure.
You know, the worst feeling is being in bed with somebody and still being in the bed alone.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the worst feeling. And sometimes you can put that feeling on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it was things like that. Then, like more recent, was something. I'm in a coffee tea shop. Get some tea. The lady walks up to me and she says, "Hey, you need to go to this city because my son is a track star in this city." And I said, "Oh, that's what's up." Then she went in saying, "Yeah, because y'all, you want to support who you want to support," and I said, "Oh, that's good." I said, the proper thing to do was just tell me who your son is. Hey,
so
how you doing?
She was trying to make you feel bad because
I hadn't been to her son's school.
Okay, so you going to other schools and you ain't been to that school.
And then I said, then I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Like, you have to put me in it when you know everything else.
Wow.
Who are you talking to?
Right.
I was like, man, you know what?
You have a website, like if you want me to come, send a letter.
Well, it's not even that.
Like
it was
just the approach.
It was the mannerism, and sometimes when you're working and you're doing things in your purpose and you're being genuine, there's gonna be people who are gonna test you in what you do. In that situation, I'm thinking in my head, it's so many different things like processing. Like, first off, I go to schools 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to know what's going on at this particular school.
Sure.
You know, you come to me like I'm the only person who works at the radio station.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of other people who work up there.
Right.
You come to me, but you're coming to me because I'm the person you see. I'm the person that you can relate to.
Sure.
But on the back end of it, it's pushing me down. Like, yo, why are you coming to me with this? You ain't coming to nobody else.
Right.
So maybe it was proud. So I understand it.
Yeah. So
sometimes you just have to sit back and really grasp yourself and not let situations like that eat at you or deter you for the day. Because as simple as it is, it's something that can later on be like, I'm out here doing all this work. Man.
Right.
Not once did you say thank you for doing this. Not once did you say any of that.
Right. It makes you
just
feel
came to
unseen.
me. Yeah, you just came to me on some extra. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm trying to hear that. Not to say something, man. I'm actually going to go meet my homeboy so we can do some more creative work that's going to help out people like your son.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't know that behind the scenes, what a person's actively doing, just so people can be seen.
Yeah.
And we can't see everybody.
Right.
But so, for me, I just had to get to a point where you just learn how to do it. You learn how to take it in, evaluate it, look at it for what it's worth, and
I I think that is one of the lessons that I've learned as well. Like, just picking and choosing what to do and who and I've been a nurse for over 20 years, and it's like you can't help everyone, right? You do have to get to a point where you are like, okay, I can only do but so much. I call us the helper bees of the world. Like, we out there trying to save all the kids, trying to save all the people, trying to do all the things. We done saved 100 kids. We missed one, and it's like, damn, and then it's like the 100. Somehow that disappears, right? Like your work for the 100 disappears. And the other part is what I hear from you is that, see me. You know what I mean? See me for who I am and for what I'm doing. Don't come to me with the negative. You know what I mean? At least that's how I always feel about it. Like, do you understand what I'm doing? How much it takes? I think people don't understand how much energy and spirit it takes. And how it affects your spirit to even do the day.
I also realize that people don't care.
No.
And once you realize that people don't care,
right? It's taking, yeah.
Well, once you realize that, then you're able to truly say whatever. Because I know that, okay, on this day, this happened. This guy caused me. I get an attitude. A week later, he calls. Mad because I got an attitude. I say, my grandmother just passed. He says, okay, I was just saying because I thought this and this and this. Not once did he acknowledge.
Sorry for your grandma. Yeah, right.
That.
Right.
He didn't care.
Right. People just want what they want.
They want what they want.
Right.
And so when I'm dealing with people who just want what they want, then I'm going to give you what I want to give you. I will give you all of me if you are true to me. If you're genuine, I'm open on. But if you're not, then I'm going to treat you like you. I'm going to treat you accordingly.
Yeah. And that's the unfortunate part, but I mean, that's survival. Right?
Well, it's life, because we would like to say that, we treat everybody this certain type of way, but you can't afford to. That's when we're always talking about mental health, and you have to know when to cut somebody off. Yeah. You got to know when to do those things. Because if you don't, it's more damage to you. And let's just be for real. Like, you got to be a little selfish. Me, I don't have kids. So the fact that I do for kids, like, I feel like I need to be a better home. But y'all don't feel that part of me. Right. But y'all just see me doing stuff for you guys. But you don't feel the other part of me.
Right.
It's like, when you think about COVID, everybody talks about how, I got my hustle up and all of this. Well, me, it was different because I had really went to a state of depression because I'm so used to being like in front of folks. Like just in front of people, being able to make people laugh or interact with people based off of the feeling.
Yes.
Where then they say, well, just get online and DJ.
It's different.
What am I DJing for? Smiley faces and hearts? Like, nah, I like to see that human emotion and interaction.
Yes.
So that was killing me. I'm like, this is not it.
Yes.
Sitting in the house, this is not it.
Yeah, you're a people person.
Yeah, very much. So I gotta be out there.
You need the energy.
I have to. And if I don't get it, sometimes it's like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm so used to, if I'm communicating with you, I'm truly communicating with you.
Yeah.
I hate it's like talking to somebody and you got your back and y'all back to back.
Nothing.
Nah, I can't do it. I gotta look at you.
I need the energy.
I'm like a little dog in the house. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to that dog and think that dog gonna sit in the living room and just sit there. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
That dog gonna follow you everywhere you go. What'd you say?
Right.
What'd you say? That's how I am.
Right.
I can't help it.
Yeah. I think that's a beautiful thing. You said a lot of things I wanted to go back to. And that's how we met, actually, out at Jarvis. At an event out there. You were doing a community event out at Jarvis, and I volunteered to do depression screening, and we started talking about mental health things. And so that was one of the reasons why I was so passionate too about getting you, here to talk and discuss, to say that it's okay to have emotions as a man. Yeah. You know what I mean? To say, you know what, sometimes I struggle with anxiety. I think that that's a beautiful thing. In my own journey, what I've realized is that it's such a stigma, you know what I mean, around mental health, and especially in African Americans. And you mentioned COVID. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 23 years. And when COVID happened, they say the numbers of people in the mental health realm and the depression and the anxiety doubled.
Yeah.
Some numbers, they might say triple, depending on where you were. Because just like you said, people, we're social beings. We're supposed to be out. We're supposed to be socializing. We're supposed to be hugging and having that physical touch. You know what I mean? Like, all that makes a difference. And for some people that were home, some people passed away. You know what I mean? Because they died from loneliness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They died from heartbreak. Yeah, exactly.
Like, let's say Seattle, it rains all day and people just in. So if you can't take just sitting in your house,
there's no way.
Yeah, so
there's no way. Yeah, I'm like you. I'm social. I'm like, I need to be.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm outside, and it's not like I'm an introverted extrovert.
Me too.
Or extroverted introvert. That's
both. A little bit of both.
Introvert. That's what it is. Extroverted introvert. Mm-hmm. So I would go to a bar. I go to a packed soul club. I would go in anywhere that's packed. Go sit down by myself at the table, have your drink, play dominoes on my phone, and I just want to be amongst. Like, I don't have to be with a bunch of people. I don't have to be with anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I can just sit there and just have a great time. Then there's some people like, I can't go out to eat by myself.
Yeah.
I can't go sit out some. I'm like, shoot.
I can.
I do it.
Yeah.
And then I love to eat too, so I'm just gonna go from restaurant to restaurant, and it's by myself, so it's cheaper,
Right.
You eat all the food up. Nah, but I don't necessarily. When it comes to that, I like to be, because I'm always looking at stuff. I'm always looking at. I always know the exit doors and all the stuff you're supposed to know as a man. Like, hey, know your exits at.
Surely. My dad told us that too.
No, so I know all of that stuff, but as well, I'm looking at the decor. I'm looking at, okay, why they put this there? Okay, I got this there.
You taking in the whole room. You getting inspired for
whatever,
whatever you're doing or whatever you have coming up next.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just talking to you, I know it just feel like you're like me. I'm like a sponge. I'm soaking up every little thing. Like, I'm taking a little bit from here, a little bit from here. Yeah. Just kind of as you go and divvy it up. So. That leads me into, how did you even come up with Chakra's Media Vault? Tell us about that.
Well, I'm just big on like energy. So Chakras is energy.
Yes.
I wanted a place where people could record and they could create. So record, take pictures, create. That's what I wanted. I never wanted like an event venue or anything like that. I wanted a place where people could go and whatever it is their passion is. When it comes to some type of art, I want them to be able to let that out.
Yes.
So I created a place. I was like, I don't know any places around here that are like that. So let me create my own. And then, of course, there are other places that started coming up. But to me, just the essence of why.
Yes.
The why is for the people, and I was able to basically build my playground and let people come in and see what it is from my point of view.
Speaking of, since we brought that up, speaking of that, here at the Chakras Media Vault, you opened and you started having the R&B nights.
Yeah.
Where'd that idea come from?
Really, because it wasn't much to do. And I was like, you know what, I want to provide a way for artists who not only did, not just rappers and stuff, but R&B singers.
Right.
I wanted a spot where they could come and do their songs and showcase their talent. I feel like there's a time and place for everything.
And there's a time and place for everything considering the type of music that you make. The college 18 and up club might not be the place to go sing your R&B song.
Definitely not.
So let me provide or let me create an atmosphere that people already want to hear that. Since they already want to hear it, now you come in and you do your song and it survives and it mixes in. Yeah. So they're more prone to saying like, hey, how can I find you? Where's your music at? Because they're in that space. Yeah. Versus this other person is not in that space. Perfect example, when I was in high school, I went to school, and that's another $50. Well, at one of the clubs, Sierra was performing at the end of the night. And people were just looking at her like, nothing was wrong with it. Right. But for that environment and that atmosphere, the kids just wasn't on that. Yeah. Now look, she ended up being what she is. Yeah. But
time and place is wrong. Wrong place.
Totally different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So R&B night, I figured like, hey, let me see if I can break some R&B artists. How can I do that? I do R&B.
Yeah. I love that. I love the innovative mind, stepping outside of the box, you know what I mean, and creating a space, because most people would just be like, well, I'm gonna just go to Dallas, you know what I mean, instead of actually creating a space here and also providing us support for local artists to come and share and grow their music. Like, that's amazing.
Man, I just look at it like when you talk about, I could just go to Dallas. Well, you have a lot of people who are here who, it's an hour and a half. Let's be for real.
Yes.
As soon as you get your outfit, your gas, time to drive.
Yes.
You've already invested $200, $300, $400
minimum.
You come over here for $75 and get wasted it. And hear some good music and go home. And if you need to do an Uber here, you don't have to worry about the Uber being $40, $50. The Uber here ain't gonna be more than $15.
Right.
And that's at peak time. So because anybody can have a night.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do to make your night your night?
Right.
So where
that's unique to
if somebody wants to duplicate it, you can duplicate what it actually is, but you won't be able to duplicate the atmosphere.
Oh yeah. I feel like when people kind of copy what you're doing, it's a compliment. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's nothing like the original. Well, so it is what it is.
But I don't believe in competition, though.
Right.
Because I believe that it's really you are your own competition. Because whenever you're looking somewhere else, then you ain't focused on where you're going.
Surely.
So
say that one more time for the people in the back didn't hear you. What? One more time. Well, that was
good.
I'm
just saying.
That was good.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever you focus on something else, you're not focused on where you're going.
When you're focused on something else, you're not focused on where you're going.
Yeah.
That's one of the things people struggle with, for real, because they're so worried about what everybody else is doing.
It's social media.
Stay focused. Stay in your lane.
Done it. Social media has made it to where people are like, I feel like I should be doing this. I feel like I should be doing this. And they only feel that way because of what someone else is doing. They don't feel that way because they truly want to do that.
Right.
That's why when it was time to make shirts, everybody went out and bought a Cricut. It's only 3 people I know, still doing shirts.
Right.
It wasn't
following the fads.
It wasn't really in them. A lot of people do things because what do you do? I just make money. That ain't good enough. Okay, no. If you can explain to me your process in that, then maybe we can talk. Yeah. But just saying I want to make some money is not good enough for me to invest in you just because you want to make money.
What is your purpose? What's your goal? What is your, what are you doing for the community? Who are you trying to help?
Well, it's like really making your passion your paycheck.
Yeah.
So if you're passionate about it, then you're going to make it work for you.
Surely.
But if you're not passionate about it, it's only going to last so long.
Yeah.
So that's why you have a business that only lasts 3 months instead of 3 years.
Teach.
Because
teach them.
You don't have no passion.
Look, teach them.
And what's for you is for you, and everybody is not going to understand why you're doing what you do. Because most people want you to do what's in their best interest.
Right. Or
they
what
don't
they're
care
comfortable
about
with, or what they're comfortable with. Yeah.
They don't really care about what you have going on. That's what's in their best interest. And once you learn that, now it's just up to you to say, okay, I'm willing to deal with this, or I'm not.
That's called a boundary.
Yeah. And you got to know how much.
Creating boundaries, yes, yes. So I love the idea of, you know, just the innovation in, one, supporting new local artists, you know, to create a spot for R&B artists to come.
Yeah.
But then you're creating a fan base also, because you're bringing people out to introduce these new artists, you know, and so then they're creating a fan base. That's foundation, you know what I mean, that you're creating for these people, even in the comedy scenes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, so big shout out to Derek Keener. That's my guy right there. He's from Texarkana.
Yeah.
So my first comedy show, I was like, you know what, it's enough. I'm starting to see that it's enough people out here to start some comedy up.
Sure.
And I just hit up all the comedians I knew in East Texas. It was like 8 of them. I said, hey, I want to do a show. You know, I said, bring your people, we're going to do a show. And that's it.
Yeah.
Just see what happens. The first one sold out. And I was like, dang.
Okay.
I had something. But then I knew why it sold out, though. It sold out because I had 8 comedians. A lot of them had did their first show. So that people were coming to see them.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. But now,
how can I recreate it?
how can I recreate it? Because next time they come, it's not because it's their baby first show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I have to say, okay, now I got to start putting together quality shows to make sure that. So I got the Bubba Dubs. I knew that in doing and pushing it out there that I was going to get other people who were comedians who were going to come and be able to kind of stand on your own.
Yes.
So I know that, okay, you do your first show, boom, you can line them up and rank them from whoever you thought was funniest or whatever. Or you can rank them from this person I feel like I could promote him easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once you look at that, so I started looking at those people and I'm like, okay, I could take him and put him here, take him, put him here, and I can put these people together and this will work.
Yeah.
And so then I would throw these shows and they would work because I'm just kind of strategically putting comedians in place. And now I got to the point where I was doing it at my building and I no longer wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to reach the masses. And Tyler's Tyler, but this is East Texas.
Yeah.
I should be able to go to Palestine.
That's right.
I should be able to go to Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, take it on the road. Yeah.
So my goal was to build it to see what it looks like. Now I know, okay, this is what I need. Do I need a band for R&B night? Do I need a band for comedy? When I do comedy, do I want a violinist or a saxophone player, or do I want to just do a DJ?
Sure.
You know, I figured that
the
out.
whole business aspect behind it.
So now when I come back with it, it's kind of already, and it's just laid out.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to present anything to people that's not laid out anymore. Because I used to just be like, hey, look, da-da-da. Now I'm just like, nah, don't worry about it. Because, I don't know, I be so focused on work too. I ain't got time to be sitting up here showing you every little thing. I'll record it, document it, so I can know how to recreate it, and then I'll present it.
But in your mind, are you thinking you have to present it to who? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's a presentation to myself, but when I say, I also think about presenting it as this is a representation of what I've done.
Yes.
I don't want to half-ass.
Surely.
You know what I'm saying?
Surely.
I want to be able to say, this is what I've done and this is
my
it.
portfolio.
So a lot of people they're so quick to throw out stuff. Oh,
right.
yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, yeah, I got motion. You don't really have motion.
Right.
You're just throwing a bunch of stuff out.
Right.
I want everything I throw out to stick to that wall.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be throwing stuff and just nothing sticking because I'm just out here throwing stuff.
Surely.
It goes back to the passion. So
Yes.
I'm passionate about having a facility that I can truly call a true creative facility.
Yeah.
Where people can go and they can create. And if you need assistance in how to create, we can do that too.
Yeah.
So that what brings you to the whole Shockers Media Vault.
I love it. I love it. I love the innovation. Two, I just feel like the way that your mind works, you're always, it seems like just thinking about someone else. Like, how can I help someone else get there? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I've gotten from you, from, just our conversations. It seems like you have, these up and coming artists, you have the comedians, you have, podcasts now, that you have been talking about. So just the give back, you know what I mean? And the sense of community, especially with kids. Like you said, I feel like that is the most important thing, that you can lay this great foundation, that I'm not just throwing these things out, or I'm not just trying this off of just because. Like, I have a thought process behind this. I'm doing this because I experienced this in Atlanta, and I remember how it made me feel. So let me bring these to the kids in East Texas, and I think that's a great foundation, for your company, for, all that you're doing, and just for continued growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just applaud you with that. And even being able to, look at the lack of communication, I think, that goes between a father and a son, or may go between, you know what I mean, a father and a son, because you're creating opportunities for bonding that may not happen at home.
Yeah.
And it's not even as if, I don't feel like parents you don't love your child, right? But it's little things where you don't really realize, because dad is always working. Like, when I think about my father, I think you think about your father, they're working, they're providers, right? But you don't think about how important it is to take a minute to come down to the school and read a book, to do this, to have this barbecue and take some time out, and the ripple effect of what that's going to have, you know what I mean, on you. So I'm just commending you for that, because that's layers, you know what I mean? Like, that's just foundation, and then you're adding layers to what that child might do with his children when he gets older.
Because I remember hearing a guy in a barbershop, he was talking about child support. He was just like, man, she all in my face, man. I ain't never had no dad. I'm supposed to know how to be a father, and I ain't never had no father, blah, blah, blah. So to hear that, he was really serious about that.
Surely.
And
I'm sure there's a lot of guys that feel that way.
So the best thing that can happen is there be different programs or outlets that they can get some bonding and be like, man, this is cool. Oh man, my son really like this. My child really like this. Because a lot of times it's only video games, and we know what that is. You play with them right then, and then once they leave, they just stuck. So that's not real bonding.
Yeah.
But being able to have a conversation, sit down and eat a hot dog and laugh.
Yeah.
Priceless. That's it. That's all you need sometimes.
That's priceless.
So I just kind of look at the things that I was fortunate to have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't have a quote unquote perfect home and blah blah blah, but my parents, they both busted their butts for me.
Yeah.
Me and my sister, and just things that I was able to pick up from my pops. I'm here, like I see it. Yeah. So I know, or I can see some of the things that are missing, that I just kind of want to just kind of throw out there. And hey, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I ain't mad or nothing like that. I just want people to have the opportunity.
Sure.
And sometimes that's enough.
Yes.
To just have the opportunity, because people feel like they don't have the opportunity. They feel like they can't do this, that, or the third.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that people know that they can.
Yeah.
That they don't feel intimidated, or they don't feel some type of way negatively where they don't go out and do the thing they're supposed to do. So, I don't know. I mean, my pops, it's so many lessons I learned. I had told you about the whole little...
oh, I love it. I love it.
The thing about the
grass.
shoes. Yeah, like, I'm going to go and cut grass. I'm hustling, making my money. Bam, bam, $15 here. Because like, when you're a real hustler, when you get down to that end, you be like, shoot.
Right.
I remember the last man when I'm going more yards because I want these shoes. Bam. The last person, he ain't need his yard mowed. But I was like, shoot, 15? He was like, all right. So boom, got
he
that.
let you mow the yard even though he ain't need to mow. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So boom. Now I'm going. Go to the mall, get my shoes. Bam. You know you're proud of your shoes when you're young. I used to put my shoes on the edge of the bed.
Wait a minute. Let me set this up real quick, y'all. He talking about when he was younger, he went and bought some shoes.
I cut grass. That's what I used to do. I would, whenever I wanted something, and my dad wouldn't buy it, I'd go cut grass to get it or work later on. But at first I was cutting grass, right?
This is the first time.
Yeah, so I'm cutting grass. Boom. Get my shoes, put the shoes, get home from the mall, put the shoes down on there. I got my little outfit ready because that's how I was. You got to have your outfit on point.
ATL, and you got to stay fresh.
I had my whole outfit on the other side of my bed. I had a full-size bed. Half of it is your outfit, half was me. And I'm just kind of rolled up on the other side. I'm looking over at the outfit like, ooh, I'm about to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? So Dad comes home. He come home late, probably 10:30, 11 o'clock or something. Come home and he opened the door. I always want to speak, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. He always opened the door. Hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, what's going on? I said, hey, Dad, hold on. Got some shoes right here. He said, oh, really? He said,
got some shoes. You so proud. I got some shoes.
I opened them up. I showed him. He's like, man, these nice. He said, where you get the money from? I was like, oh, I had cut some grass. He said, oh, okay. You cut our grass? I was like, nah, but I'll cut it tomorrow. He said, now you gonna get your butt up right now and go cut that grass. I was like, it's 11 o'clock.
It's
he was
11
like,
o'clock.
I don't care. You don't go cut nobody else's grass without cutting your own.
I know that's right, Dad.
I was
know
like,
that's right.
What? As I'm pushing a lawnmower at 11
With the
o'clock at night with the
flashlight.
flashlight. And a black father and his lines gotta be on point. So I'm still trying to cut with the lines and with the flashlight, man, it was the worst. I'll never forget that. And I know my neighbor probably looking out the door like,
what is going on?
So why he cutting his yard?
Right.
I know my neighbor's probably tripping. But that was a lesson that I learned.
That definitely is a lesson.
So
take care of home first.
Yeah, so now that's what I do.
You cutting that grass first when you go?
Man, look, I'm taking care of home, okay? You hear me? I'm not playing any games. I'm taking care of home all day.
That's a beautiful lesson. Dad was like, these are nice.
Man, you know how you get up and you really tired. You got your fresh fit on, but you still kind of tired in the eyes because you've been up all night cutting grass, weed eating.
Baby.
Oh, nah.
You was proud of yourself. That is hilarious.
Back then, though, he had the other weed eater, which it wasn't a real weed eater. It was like a stick with like a little razor thing on the end. And you had
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was manual. Wasn't no electric.
That was manual labor right there. That was serious.
Yeah, man, I used to do stuff like I never get in trouble and having to clean the baseboards of the house.
Oh yeah. You
only had to clean the baseboards when you was in trouble though. Right. Like no other time. I think he would wait. Like,
Yeah.
As soon as he get in trouble again, I need those baseboards. I think he'd look at the baseboards and be like, oh, you didn't do the dishes last night? Baseboards. That was the worst. You had to get down on hands and knees and do
that. Yeah, I know that life. Man,
that was
my stepdad was one of those. That was the kitchen floor with the scrub brush.
Really?
He wanted to put, get down there. On the knees.
Oh, no.
With the scrub brush. Oh, yeah. That was the kitchen floor. I don't know why the kitchen seemed like it was huge back then. It just seemed like it was so big.
If you're down there scrubbing around, it is.
It was huge.
And kids today would never. You go to jail.
Oh, yeah.
You go to jail for child abuse.
Oh, yeah. I can't get this one. I can't get this one to just clean your room. Can you just help your mama out a little bit? Like
kids don't know. Like back in the day, my whole thing was going outside.
Yeah.
And if my room wasn't clean, the kitchen, the chores wasn't clean.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't no outside.
Yeah.
Kids now just don't care about going outside.
Yeah.
But back in my day,
I went
outside.
I know what you mean.
And that's all. I mean, you knew everybody. You knew where everybody was because all the bicycles would be at their house. You know what I'm saying? That's how outside I was. We be in somebody's backyard with all our bikes be parked across like we had a car lot.
Right.
It's a bike lot. Yeah, for real. Then you had the little can on the back of the bike when you want to make it a motorcycle. Man, kids don't know nothing about that. Putting the little things on the pegs and they make the little noise.
Make a noise.
Oh man, they don't know, man. Bedazzled bikes.
Yes. I love it. I love it. So listen, we have talked about the nonprofit. We've talked about, the community service. I feel like I'm missing something. What else do you do? I feel like we didn't get to the juicing.
Oh, the juice with juice?
I'm like, juicing with juice. Come on, juicing with juice.
So, basically, I got all my stuff together, the labels, all that stuff. So, I'll be doing my own juicing. But I'll be doing videos, as well as I'll be selling juices.
Okay.
So,
what kind of juices? Tell the people, because,
I got any green juices. I have detox juices.
Come on
Pretty
now.
much every juice is going to detox you. I ain't going to lie to you. It is what it is. People say, you can get something like a watermelon and mint, which is very refreshing.
It is.
Helps with a little bit of all kind of stuff, right? So you can get all that type of stuff that's like easy drink.
Juicing with juice.
If you want something you really serious about, like just health, fitness, wellness.
Yes. Yes.
I can make you something that's gonna clean you out in a good way. You know what I'm saying? And but
ladies, y'all know listen. I know some are almost sober, but nevertheless, you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, and then so like even with my health journey in
health is good.
I'm just kind of finding out different things because I used to be like, man, how am I gonna eat all of this meat to get this protein?
Right.
And then it's like, okay, trying to find alternatives and then trying to just eating green.
Yeah.
You see that cereal box and they got the little triangle in it. The
right.
bread, they got, and you be looking like, I gotta eat all this.
The pyramid, yes.
Bread way up here with the sugar and the cookies.
Right.
The cookies ain't even on there. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is on there. So you're trying to figure out how much you really need.
Surely.
So I just kind of start doing my own research so I can just kind of live healthy. And then I still, go to the high school and play basketball and stuff with the kids.
Yeah.
So if I'm out there with them,
you sure gotta have some energy, honey.
Yeah, you gotta have that energy. Because they gonna put it on you. So I always encourage people, still, if you not working out, just try to move.
Yeah.
Just try to move. Just try to be active some type of way.
That is a good, way to help your mental health as well. That's like one of the number one things you can do. One is your nutrition. People don't realize how connected, your mental health and what you put in your mouth is.
Yeah.
It makes a tremendous difference. I started fasting back in 2019, and that's how I got into juicing. One of the facilitators, taught us about juicing. And I was one of those people, I was very much against.
You was against what?
Look, I was very much against any kind of talk about eating any healthier or shifting my diet. Yeah. I was just like, I'm not here for that. I'm here for the fast.
Yeah.
But he was talking about, just making some lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
Because just like you're saying, trying to realize what you're eating and the effect it has on your body.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And so just like the little things and the little changes, I notice when I am being obedient and doing what I'm supposed to do, I sleep better.
Yeah.
I feel like I have more mental clarity. I used to struggle a lot with, panic attacks and just the anxiety like you and depression. My big mama and my stepfather passed away in 2015, and I kind of did this spiral. So that sent me on in 2019 to this just very intentional healing journey. So just learning all of that, and then again, knowing myself and getting to know myself and knowing my body, right? Yeah. It makes a tremendous difference. So I feel like, we're joking, but at the same time, the juicing and just shifting your mindset to something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That makes a tremendous difference in your life, for real.
And then when it's stuff that, like, me, I love creating. So when you have to do a little bit of research, I'm all for it. I'm really like a nerd, low key. I feel like that. I'm always like, somebody tell me something, I'm gonna take it on my phone and be like, what is he talking about? Like somebody was telling me something yesterday. Oh yeah, man, you can get a 18-wheeler, just rent it out. It's only $800, and I was like.
That's the beautiful part there. You can just pick your phone up and Google anything.
Let's say $2,500.
Right. What 800 at?
All right, keep on going. Because I just knew you was BSing at the time.
Right.
Sometimes it happens like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I was like, maybe it's something out of a week. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying?
Surely.
But that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Googler.
Yes,
you know, I'm gonna look stuff up.
We have to.
You can't just tell me something and just think I'm like, oh, okay.
Surely.
No.
Surely.
No.
Surely. I love it.
And I don't know why I'm like that, but I guess, I mean, too, being from the city, man, you got so many BS's.
I was about to say, yeah, that's a city thing because you can't trust what everybody says.
Yeah,
you have to, okay.
Yeah, the
Thank
city
you
don't
for
even
letting
ask
me-
people for directions. People like, oh, I'm going to ask him. Don't go ask that man nothing.
Right. Well, I think the other part, too, at this point in life, like you said, you want people to be able to trust you and trust your word. So if you're trying to co-sign something that somebody else has told you,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I'm fact checking myself. You can't just tell me anything. Thank you, but yeah,
For
let me
real.
research that myself. Oh, but it's good for you. Okay, all right, thanks. I'll let you know.
Yeah. Kind of, was back in the day where everybody had the Coney juice.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to get you some Coney juice. It relieves all of this and it cures all this. You're like, but it's $100 a month.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me we ain't got to go to the hospital no more?
We gotta go.
We just got to drink this.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna heal everything.
And then everybody's selling it.
Right.
How everybody got it?
Right.
You know how they working. If
Something ain't right.
everybody got it, ain't nothing.
Something ain't right. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
where
the
that
money
came.
schemes are real. Anything about weight loss, anything about finding true love, and you know, all these. It's so many schemes out there.
You got to think. Everything is some type of emotional connection.
Yeah.
And if you can find what people are emotionally connected to or tied to,
Yeah.
you can really deceive them because
Surely.
that's what when you see people, oh, I'm paying $2,500 a month so I can find love.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better go buy you something else.
Right.
Like, it ain't no,
Right.
it's just no way. But people will, if you say that you need it and you are acting desperately behind it,
Yeah.
people are going to take advantage of that.
It's very unfortunate. My daughter and I actually were just watching a show on Netflix, similar, like this couple is charging these people that are trying to find their true love or their twin flame, you know, $2,200 a month
That's crazy.
to join their program, and they're promising them to find their true love. And so it is, it's one of those things where, unfortunately, in the world that we live in, people are so deceptive. And so that's why, again, I find you so refreshing, because I just feel like, you know, one, you're young, you're African-American man, you are, you know, setting a standard, you know what I mean? You're out there, you're laying foundation, you are, you know, planting seeds for our children, you know what I mean, and for our boys. And so I have a little bit of surprise for you here. Because of all the work, I feel like God always sends me where I'm supposed to be. I don't go out seeking to meet people, but I trust when God shows me people. And again, we were at the out at Jarvis, and him and I just started talking, and I started talking to him because of the music that he was playing. We ain't even talking about the DJing, but because I was way more concerned. Y'all know him as the DJ, but I was way more concerned for people to know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the work that you do in the community is, it's just amazing to me. The way that you go and read the kids and the intentionality that you have about bringing new things to Tyler and introducing people, and your heart for the people is one thing that, this has really resonated with me. And so what I did was I went back to my president and I said, we have an amazing person that is in right here in Tyler that is doing amazing things, and told her a little bit about what you were doing. And she said, we have to honor him. She said, we have to honor him. So I have a letter from my president of Black Nurses Rock, Miss Lisa Williams, and the board. It says, Dear DJ Juice, on behalf of Black Nurses Rock, I am honored to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your outstanding community service in Tyler, Texas. Your dedication and passion for uplifting our community have not gone unnoticed, and we would like to formally recognize your invaluable contributions. Your commitment in fostering unity and bringing joy through music has made a significant impact on the lives of many. And as a token of our appreciation, we would like to honor you at our upcoming event, where we will celebrate your efforts and the positive changes that you inspire. As the renowned Gandhi once said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service of others. Your selfless service exemplifies this truth, and we are deeply grateful for everything that you do. On October the 19th, 2024, at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 5701 South Broadway, Tyler, Texas, we look forward to celebrating your achievements and continuing our shared mission of enhancing the well-being of our community. With sincere appreciation, Lisa Williams, President and CEO of Black Nurses Rock, Tyler, Texas.
That's dope. Thank you. That's dope. Thank you. That's dope. Thank you. That's dope.
Yes. I'm like, man, you're doing amazing. You're doing amazing, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you do. No, seriously. Thank you. Because our children need to see, a young man, you know what I mean, with just a pure heart. And it's beautiful, sweetie. It's beautiful. So thank you. Yes, thank you. How do you feel being honored? Have you received recognition for all that you're doing in the community?
No, not really. I just work.
I know, you're so humble. You're not even telling people what you do. I remember scrolling down your page trying to figure out, okay, what all is he doing? I'm like, you don't even promote yourself like that. I want you to stop doing that, and I want you to make sure that you are letting people know what you're doing in the community. Because, again, you never know who's watching you, and you never know who you're going to inspire. Yeah. I'm inspired. And yes, I'm inspired. I'm like, ooh, what else can I do? Right?
Yeah, I guess, and I don't know, I guess because it's just me working. I just look at it as, it's what I'm supposed to do. So when you look at it that way, I'm actually there with the kid, talking to the kid. Yes. I'm not doing this, trying to take the picture with the kid. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times,
watch me, I'm reading the book. I know.
A lot of times, even some of my friends, they're like, hey, are we gonna start coming out and doing this to capture the moment? Because a lot of times it's me. Yeah. And I'm really living in the moment. Right. So I'm like that on vacation. I'm the worst. I'm like, dang, I should have took that picture. Right. Dang, I should have did this. Yeah, I should have made that a video. Yeah. It's one of the things I'm actively working on. Yeah, so if that's what I would say to you. If any advice I can give you, I would say document, right? Document what you're doing, because again, you don't know who you're going to inspire. And then it also gives the children that you're working with, right, something to look back on and remember. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because those kids are going to grow up. Because best believe what you're doing, and I'm not saying you're the only person, but what I know is there is the power of one.
right? And you might be the only man. Like, I know you're inviting fathers, but every father in the class don't come, right?
Yeah.
You might be the only man that they see. You might have been the only one that stopped and said, "Hey, man, how you doing today?" You know these children's names,
Yeah.
right? I remember you shared with me about a young man that came up to you that had grown up that you helped when they were younger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, you don't know the ripple effect that you're having until you it's like, oh, I'm not, But, and I'm telling you that from experience. Like, I help and I mentor nursing students. And I had one call me and I had some call me. Someone looking, they're like, they're looking for you to look. I'm like, what did I do? Right?
Yeah.
And when I called them, they're telling me now, they're nurse practitioners and they've gone on and they've gone on and done more than me, right?
Yeah.
But they was like, when I was a student, you helped me and you did this and you got me through and this, you know what I mean? And so you have no idea. And I was like, wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm saying take the time and document, you know what I mean? So that you can have something to flip back through too.
No, most
You
definitely.
know?
Most definitely.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, is there anything else you would like to share? Any last words?
I don't know. I live by really just be you unapologetically. Like, no
Yeah.
matter what. Be you and do things on your own terms. Like, I mean, within my frame of the law. But no, seriously though.
Yeah.
Like, do you. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people are going to be intimidated by you. They're going to be envious, jealous, whatever.
Yeah.
But one thing that you can't change is you being you.
Yes.
So don't try to change it to make somebody else's life, whatever. If they're uncomfortable, then there's a reason why they're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I had to like really focus on was knowing that, okay, I don't change who I am.
Yes.
Don't change who I am to
Appease others.
appease somebody else in any situation, because a lot of times I know people, they so focused on 48 laws, and I think that's like, it's a book of deception. I don't think you have to be deceptive.
Yeah.
I think that your natural aura, your natural shine
Yes.
is what's going to separate you. So as long as you're doing things with good intentions
Yes.
and not ill-mannered, you're going to be good regardless. So
That's
you ain't got to
right.
do all that extra stuff.
That's
You ain't
right.
got to smile and then talk behind their back. You ain't got to do none of that. You can actually smile and keep on moving and not even have to discuss that.
Yes. Yes.
That's me.
And I feel like the way that I see it is that you are out here doing God's work. And, whether you look at it or not, like, I don't even know what your spiritual orientation is, but I feel like you're out here. You're definitely a soldier in the army of the Lord.
I say he got my back. He had my back a long time. I'm
I know
definitely a
that's
believer.
right.
So yeah,
Yes.
I never not say that. It
Yeah.
wasn't because I mean I could have been just doing anything or just fell off or just got consumed with how people are going to tell you that you're great when they want something from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in this music industry, it's very easy to get sucked up into that.
Surely.
And then what you realize is everybody's now looking at you as their savior,
Yeah.
and it's cool, but that ain't how you want to live your life.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, and it's not your job to
Right.
save anyone.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I
So
mean? Yeah, it's not your job to save anyone. You have to do that inner work.
yeah,
You have to save yourself if you want to be saved. You know what I mean? So I love it. I love it. Well, thank you.
oh, no problem. Appreciate you having me. And thank
Yes, yes. Thank you for coming. Look, I'm saying coming to your studio. Thank you for coming on to the podcast. This is Reflections Choosing Me Guilt Free. It is the podcast. This will be posted on the YouTube channel and wherever, of course, give you a copy wherever you want to post it as well, wherever you share. But tell the people real quick before we wrap up, how can they reach you? How can they, you're doing a lot of work and things. How can they reach you? I almost forgot to say that. I forget that part.
All social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff is DJ Juice 404.
Juice.
And then Jeremy Jones is my name on Facebook. So Jeremy Jones, DJ Juice 404. Type in any of that. Well, don't type in Jeremy Jones. I'm just gonna tell you because I have probably one of the most common names ever. I know I met 3 people who were born on the same day with the same name as me.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah. Look up DJ Juice
DJ
404. 404.
He'll be the one with the big smile and the blaze in the background.
Yeah, I'm always smiling. And that's another thing. Remember to smile. Because on my license, I smiled. I got out. I mean, I'm not in trouble like that. But when people check my license, they look again. And I'm like, what? They're like, you smiling. I'm like,
yes.
Yeah, smile all the time.
Yes.
My license, I am not mean mugging because I look at it like this. If a cop pulls me over and I hand him that license, there's a big old cheese on there.
Yeah.
He should not feel threatened.
At all.
Because ain't no grown man smile like this. Okay, I'm showing all my teeth.
That's
all the ones
point.
I got left. I'm showing them all. So, like, don't play with me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, DJ Juice told y'all to keep smiling.
For real.
Keep smiling, y'all. Keep smiling. It is your girl, Michelle D.I., honey. We are wrapping up another segment of Reflections Choosing Me Guilt Free. Y'all know my mantra, just like Mr. Les Brown, honey. I aspire to inspire until I expire. Thank y'all for checking in. Till next time. Bye.
Peace.